Hey people, D-Man here. Today I am reviewing Rick and Morty episode 9 and 10, the season finale. To be honest, these are like two separate episodes, but they're put together at the end there just to make it the season finale. And all I gotta say, without spoiling it, is what the fuck just happened? Like, what the fuck? Um, that was crazy shit. But interesting to say the least. Um, anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into spoilers free first. So, spoiler free, this was a 2 episode long episode. So, I guess technically it was 2 episodes separately, but it was an hour long special, I guess. And it was interesting. It was pretty okay. It was pretty good. Um, One of the weirdest endings I've seen of Rick and Morty so far. And I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised. At first, I felt like they didn't know what they were doing, but then they got it back on the rails. And I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm actually very happy. And it leaves up so much confusingness. Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least, and I can't wait to see season 6. Like, what's gonna happen in season 6? Like, what the heck? What the fuck happened? Anyways, that's all I can say without really spoiling it. But anyways, let's get into spoiler section. So spoiler alert.
Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, share this video, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below.
So, spoiler section. So basically, this episode starts off episode 9 starts off with Rick and Morty getting into a fight, and then Rick saying, "You know what, Morty, I'm gonna replace you," and Morty saying like, "Fuck you, Rick, replace me." And Rick replacing him with two crows, going on adventures with these crows, eventually trying to get rid of them, but then keeping them because he actually starts to love crows, and then going on wicked adventures with them, and just kind of having fun with these crows, and becoming like the Crow Man. It's kind of funny. He's kind of like a swordsman, like an anime swordsman, but he has crows. It's funny. It's interesting. It's cool. And that's the whole. There's a whole storyline there. And Morty loses his hand because he goes off with a crazy guy. Whole storyline there. Then at the end, Morty tries to get Rick back. At the end, it ends up working because the crows kind of dump Rick, and he's kind of an asshole. So he's like, whatever, I'll go back to Morty, I guess. And then he finds out that, like, what happened to Morty, he aged himself up from the Citadel. So he needs to fix him, so he takes him back to the Citadel, ages him back up, creates two versions of him, kills one of them by accident. Pretty funny, pretty interesting. So that happens. And then Evil Morty just basically asked him to come, and Rick's just like, I'm leaving as soon as he says he's evil. And of course, Evil Morty turns out to be evil, just like Rick says. And he's just like, oh, I'm doing something with like this time paradox thing. And he's just like, time to do this thing with this time paradox thing. And at first I thought like, oh, so they didn't even know what to do with the character, so they're just kind of making it up as they go along. But at the end, they do something that's just like, what the fuck just happened? It's fucking crazy. So basically, Rick and Morty fight the evil Morty. And, well, Rick does basically, mostly. They lose, and they run away. They try to leave. It turns out that this evil Morty is going to destroy the Citadel with all the Ricks and all the Mortys in it. Very interesting. He's been collecting, I guess, portal fluid or something to drown the city, I guess. So very interesting to say the least about that. So they go to the basement level. We find out what Mortys really are. We find out Rick's backstory, except for a few parts that we haven't found out yet. Like, we found out like what happened to his family, what his journey was, all that stuff. Except for the parts where we saw in season 1 in his memories, we saw him holding baby Morty at one point. We never really get to see that, so that's something that we haven't seen yet. But yeah, very interesting to see his past. And very interesting to see why all the Mortys are born. Even though they all say they hate Jerry, they all need Jerry. So evil, and we don't get to any explanation on what evil Morty is. He's just the evil Morty that figured out everything, I guess. Really smart Morty that just figured out stuff. So at the end, evil Morty kills them all, blends their blood up, and then shoots himself into a crack in reality, I guess. It kind of reminds me of that one Super-Rama movie where they had the crack of reality and they had that beast, that monster in there. It kind of reminds me of that. But very interesting. And then at the end, he goes into the portal. He destroys the universes, I guess. And then he hops into his own portal gun, and it's yellow. And he hops into that. And we don't know where he went. I'm assuming he's going to come back at some point. And this is probably going to have long-term effects. And then we see Rick and Morty escape with a bunch of other Mortys. No other Ricks, just Rick and Morty escape. They escape on this little part of the Citadel. And they're kind of just stranded there because they don't have any portal fluid. And it's just kind of left there like that. Just kind of left. Who knows what's happening? You know, it's interesting, I guess. But yeah, man, it's interesting. It's weird. It's crazy. Like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But something definitely happened. Did he break the reality? Did he break the fabric of time? What's gonna happen to Rick and Morty? When's Evil Morty gonna come back? I assume he's not gonna come back for another, like... It seems like he comes back every two seasons or so, so maybe for another 2 seasons. Maybe 3 seasons. I don't know, but crazy, man. Just crazy. Who the hell knows what's happening right now? But they're gonna have to fix some stuff in season 5, I assume. Interesting as hell. Really liked that ending. At first, I was just like, this is gonna be about crows and stuff, but then I was just like, ooh, it's getting better. And then I was just like, do they actually know what to do with this character? But then it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is gonna happen now? We got lots of lore in this whole season. It's very interesting and very cool. Like, what the hell's gonna happen next? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. That's the best way to get my channel. Link down below to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, friends, stay sane. Peace. What the fuck is gonna happen, man? It's crazy.
Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, comment, and share this video, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below.
Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby. And you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look over here, buddy. Look over here.